Majic Mike in that mix. You're tuned into the Majic Show every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern on Live 89 FM. Get the mobile app. Go to our website, live89fm.com. And we're everywhere. So we got right in front of me, all the way from Toronto, we got Shawtee RE. What's going on, my girl? How you
Shawtee
doing?
RE, what's going on?
Shawtee RE, all the way from Toronto.
Yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. You're a hard worker in the hip-hop scene and just in the whole urban scene. You know what I mean? So let's get down to it. Were you born and raised in Toronto?
No, I was born in Montreal, and then I grew up in Calgary, and then I moved here. I've been here about like 5 years now. So I've kind of been everywhere doing shows, and then I'm kind of new to Toronto relatively compared to other people. So it's kind of cool. Like you get to see all of Canada and what's going on in the hip hop scenes. I was out in Vancouver for a little bit too. So yeah, it's different and it's good. And I've learned a lot from coming from Toronto, from out West. So it's really good.
So what's your background? You know what I mean? Like, are you straight up Canadian or do you have like some other background like Portuguese or something? Because you look like you're Italian mix or something.
Everyone always says that. No, like my mom was Canadian with like European roots. And then my dad's from Trinidad.
Oh, wow. So you're Trinity, eh? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Now it makes sense.
My parents are from Jamaica, right? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So Carabana, you missing Carabana?
I haven't been in Carabana here ever since I've been here. Cause since I've been here, I was grinding. Like I was like dancing in the club. So before this Corona thing happened, 5 years since I've been here, I was in the club. So I never went out. Never really. I would just go do shows or go perform because I was performing like 3 times a night for like 5 years. So I definitely wasn't going out, you know. But I definitely want to hit it up though. But now this shit's over right now, so we gotta wait.
Of course, you know what I mean? So you're dealing with some Grammy award-winning producers now, you know what I mean? Like Ryan Bowser. Like, tell us about this. You know what I mean? How because a lot of people ain't dealing with platinum artists. They're dealing with little, you know, basement producers. You know what I mean? How'd you get this?
We've been working together for like 6-7 years, probably longer than that. And then he produced like basically like the majority of my tracks, probably like 95%. And then so all my singles are produced by him, and we've been putting them out since years now, like years. And so it takes a lot. It takes a lot of grind. We met on Facebook, and then I FaceTimed him to see if he was real, because, you know, everybody talks. And he actually, like, he won the Grammy for Nelly Dilemma featuring Kelly Rowland. And he's like produced for a lot of other people. So kind of like he helped me develop everything. He took me from being a mixtape rapper, and then he was like, okay, you got to learn how to write songs. Like, you got to be a songwriter. This is how we do it. So it kind of like, yeah, it helps you evolve when you have a mentor to that level who's been in the industry for 30 plus years, you know, helping you and guiding you, and doesn't, like, he's hard on me. If I do something that's trash, he'll be like, that's trash. Like, we gotta throw that away. Like, you can do better than that.
And that's why your music is so dope, because you got real people telling you the truth. You know what I mean? They're not boosting you up and saying, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And you know, I hear a lot of tracks, right? I'm like, you know, why didn't you engineer, producer, tell you to retake that? And then when you hear them in concert, it's like, you should have redone that. You sound better in concert than you did on record. You know what I'm saying? But
that's so true, yeah.
So let's tell us about your latest single, Willie Bum Bum, right? Why are you calling it Willie Bum Bum?
It was just, I don't know, it just kind of came out like, will he bum bum, like, will he get it? So it's kind of like the whole track, like, I wanted to do more like, because I'm like, since I was a dancer and I've done dance choreography like my whole life, like hip hop and dancehall and everything, I like dance tracks. And so I'm being in the club, I want to make music for like, well, there's not too many dancers anymore, but I wanted to make that kind of music, but I wanted to make it lyrical. So I'm very lyrical. If you hear about like with the metaphors and how I did it that way, I didn't want it to be something simple. So I feel like you can have a dance track, but then also it can be lyrical, and it may not be like, it could just be a pop. It doesn't have to be something that makes you think too much, but at the same time, it's done in a way that's actually like real art, you know?
Okay. So we're going to hear this track, Willie Bum Bum. And again, you know, is there a video? Are you coming up with a video for this? Is this on Spotify? Like,
yeah, it's on Spotify now. I released it about a month and a bit ago. So I have like almost over 10,000 streams. I know that for sure. So people can go out and check it out. It's on Spotify and iTunes. I release everything on my own. Video wise, I just kind of put that out of nowhere for the summer. I just have clips of video. I don't know if I'm going to put the whole video because I'm ready to release my next track, Good Without You, and I have a whole video to that. So we'll see what happens.
All right, we're going to talk about Good Without You after this. Here is Willie Bum Bum by Shawtee RE right here on Shawtee RE. Shawtee RE. I got to get that straight. By Shawtee RE. My girl Shawtee RE with her hit track Willie Bum Bum right here on the Majic Show. Let's go.
Let's go.
And we're back again. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Majic Mike YouTube series. You know what I mean? Tune into the Majic Show every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern and also on Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm live in the 9 FM. Hit my Instagram, Majic with a J, Majic Mike 7725. Hit my email, Majic again with a J, Majic 77725 at gmail.com. Send me your tracks. You know what I mean? Send me your bio, whatever. We got Shawtee RE, right? Am I saying it right? RE, yeah. I gotta start saying RE, like
it's
RE.
short for re-up, so that's how you can remember.
Like re-up. All right, man. All right. I'm getting old here. So, so, you know, what's coming up next? Like, tell us about your fans only, you know, page for your music. You know, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I did an OnlyFans page for music because I found that OnlyFans was a very good platform for people for using. Well, obviously people use it for different things, but a lot of female rappers like Cardi B, you see a lot of like younger ones as well that are coming up. They have OnlyFans, but just for music, which is what I'm doing. So there's no nudity, there's no nothing like that. It's just like behind the scenes, more exclusive things, more pictures that I post because I do photo shoots all the time. And I was kind of like, I don't want to put all this. I want to put it just for the people that really want to see what's going on with me. So like behind the scenes, I'll put stuff like me just chilling in my house. I'm going to live stream on there. I'm going to do live concerts on there. So if you subscribe on that, I just did it for cheapest as possible, $4.99 a month. So if you want to come and see what I'm doing on there, definitely. And then once I get going, yeah, we're going to have, I have a rehearsal space. We're going to be doing live shows, live streaming. So it's going to be pretty dope.
From Calgary, how's that affected your music and your life?
Calgary, like, because it's a different sound out there, right? So when you're out in Calgary, it's a smaller city. So there's you end up being the bigger fish in the small pond at some point when you're there for a while, right? So I was headlining my own shows, and then I headlined it, and I also did like Calgary, Lethbridge, Medicine Hat. And so then when you see all the little towns and you go in and you get the vibe, it's all different crowds. You're always playing to a whole completely different crowd. So like one night I would do more of like, it was kind of more of a rocker crowd, but it was more commercial. Then the next night I would go open for like a dancehall artist. So you kind of are very versatile when you're doing things like that. And then you come out here, it's a whole different sound. And then you're the small fish in the big pond. So you got to rebuild. So if you want to grow, you got to get out of your small city. And you got to say like, hey, I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to build again from nothing and then start back up. So it kind of helps you. It makes you a hustler for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you know, some other things that happened, you know what I mean, with you. How did getting arrested and dancing change you as an artist? Because, you know, we all have backgrounds, especially coming up from Toronto. There's always a rough side of things. So how was that?
Well, like getting like in 2016, I got charged, and fortunately I got my charges dropped, but at the time they were trying to give me 8 years. So I was on conditions for a year, not working every day in the club, like just trying to, you know, get my mind off things. You got to work, but not knowing if I was going to go away for 8 years. So that slowed down my music in a way because I didn't know if I was doing this and then I would be done. Because I figured like, yo, after 8 years, I don't know if I'm going to come back and do music. I don't know what's going to happen. So I was kind of sitting there and it was just like, yo, I'm on the wrong path. Like I was doing music to help people and inspire people, and now I'm stuck in jail. Like, how is that happening, right? But then I was so happy because that shit, it reminds you of like, everything is for a purpose and it happens for a reason. So now that I've been through those things, and when I hear other artists or I see other young artists talking about things, I'm like, Because most of these artists, these rappers who are talking have never had or been to jail or had charges or never really actually been on the street,
Can I
right?
tell
So
you
they're
something?
trying.
Can I tell you something? Half these rappers would cry for their mother if they were in there for a week. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's that. I was all over the news. So you're going from being a rapper, and then I've been on the news and being on TV for my music. Everyone's like happy, you're doing something positive. Then all of a sudden you're infamous and you're all over Canada, all over the news. And they're telling you that, yo, you're going down for 8 years and you're under surveillance and you're doing this and that. It's like, yo, now, like when I see artists that actually, because I don't support, like even with this being a dancer and being in the club and stuff like that, girls talk about it in a certain way and they try to portray that kind of image, like it's cool, like it's fun to dance, it's hard to be a dancer, but they never said the other side. There's a whole other side, like you're on the streets. And so I don't want to portray something, like I'll talk about my story and tell you what you shouldn't do and how to get through it. Or if you're doing it, I won't judge you, but do it in a better way, you know what I mean, and get out. Because like, yeah, we can't be pushing this narrative to younger artists and say like, yo, this is the way, bro, because it's not the way. Because once you end up in jail and your life is going to be gone, you're going to tell me you wish you did different.
Yeah, you know what I mean? When you're sitting in that cell with your cellmate, now in Ontario, I know in Ottawa here, it's 3 a cell. Or if you're in a cell by yourself, you're going to sit back and wonder, let's say the judge gave you 5 years or even 10 years. You're going to sit back and regret that. Let me tell you.
For sure.
Sit back and regret that. Now, what is your social media? Like, how can they get a hold of you? You know what I mean? Like, how can they, you know what I mean, get collabos? Even, I know you'd be perfect for mixtape covers.
Yeah, anyone can hit me up on Instagram is Shawtee RE. You can hit me up Twitter, Shawtee RE. You can hit me up. Also, my OnlyFans is Shawtee RE. YouTube. And then, also, if you go to my Spotify, it's all Shawtee RE, and I have that track there, and I have the new one coming out too. So, yeah. And then Real RE Music, if you go check me out on Facebook, I have that. That's also my page as well. Hit me up. You can email me for like anything. It's Shawtee RE worldwide at gmail.com. SHAWTEERE. worldwide@gmail.com, or hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Shawtee RE, Facebook, RE Music, everything else, Twitch, everything is Shawtee RE. So you can hit me up, add me on there, add me on OnlyFans, Shawtee RE, and that's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Now let's talk about your track now, Good Without You. You know what I mean? Is this like you talking about like a ex-boyfriend or something? Because sometimes you're good without them, right?
I'm talking about like several different things. Like one is like both verses are different. So one is about an ex. I'm talking about an abusive relationship, which I feel like a lot of women can really understand going through. And I don't feel like there's enough tracks out there that people can relate to that. And the second one, I'm talking about my mom who actually died. She was an alcoholic. So I'm talking about how, because it was so violent, like I've seen her stab herself when I was like 6 years old. Like I grew up with like her going to the hospital all the time and like her trying to kill herself all the time. And it's like so much drama. So like the relief you feel after having an alcoholic or an addict parent and they're gone, you kind of like, you feel like you're finally at rest. And that's kind of something that people don't really talk about too, because they don't want to talk about. They feel like that they feel bad about talking about that part too, but that's also life. You know what I mean? So the whole track is something that everybody, I feel like, can relate to in some point, you know?
Okay. And again, I love talking about the production. Who produced this and where'd you record it?
Ryan Bowser produced this. I recorded it at, I think it was Grimes recording here. I'm pretty sure it's Grimes. Shout out to Grimes. A lot of people go through there. He has a really nice studio. And same producer. He just knows my story. And we also have on the hook is Jenna. She's a really great singer from Toronto. So we put her on there. And it just worked out really well. All
right. Well, anything last you want to say to the fans? And could you give could you say you're tuning to the Majic Hour with Majic Mike right here on Live 89 FM?
Yo, you're tuned into the Majic Hour with Majic Mike on Live 90.
No, Live 89 FM.
At LiveNet 89 FM.
Okay, I would just say you tune into the Majic Show with Majic Mike. Just say that.
You're tuned into the Majic Show with Majic Mike.
Okay. Well, what else? What else do you want to say to the people out there, especially the women artists that are coming up, and you know what I mean? Like, what kind of inspiration can you give to them, especially like when they're trying to get out there, and you know, some of the fellas in the game, they're like, you know, you ain't going nowhere, or if you got to go somewhere, you got to go through these doors, right? What do you got to say to these independent artists?
Yo, there's no doors. That's what I'm a very spiritual person. I meditate, and I've been meditating for like 6-7 years at least. So I can tell you that you can manifest anything in your mind, and these doors are not real. So stop letting people tell you that there's doors and there's hoops that you have to go through and there's things like that. That took me a long time to realize. But once you realize your own power, you can do everything yourself and attract the right people that you need. But if someone's telling you, you got to jump through hoops to do this and that, there's no gatekeeper to the life and there's no gatekeeper to the universe. So don't let people tell you can't do something.
All right, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's check out your track "Good Without You" by Shawtee RE right here on the Majic Hour. You know what I mean. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, here we go.